Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Thejinkaikato, and from my thumbnail, I'm sure you already know what I'm going to be talking about today. You might actually be very surprised that the picture in that thumbnail is actually me, because the scars aren't there. Like, I don't have the issues I had when I took those pictures. I didn't even know I was going to be making YouTube videos when I took that picture. I was really going through it back then. But anyway, before I get ahead of myself, today I'm going to be very brief. I'm going to talk about my skin, just skincare issues that I had. I don't know if this might help someone. I know a lot of people, women in particular, have one skincare issue or the other. It could be acne, it could be scarring, whatever it is, but this is just my story. So I've never had acne in my life. Like, when I say never had acne, not like it never popped up. I'd have like one or two, puberty stages. I'd have like one or two, maybe around my period or something, but I'd never ever had like a full-blown face of acne. It never had any issues with that before. It would come when it was supposed to come, and then it would go just like that, and my skin never scarred. So having acne was never something I ever had to deal with. I'd seen people who went through it. I'd heard their stories, seen their struggles, and I sympathized with them, but I honestly couldn't relate because it was never my problem. But however, when I turned 30, things kind of went upside down, and that 2020, the turn of the new decade, everyone was really going through it. And apparently one of the things I would go through, one of my 2020 issues would be acne. So that 2020, I remember I developed allergies. I've never had allergies in my life. I developed allergies. In fact, we were scared that it might have been the Rona, but I got tested and it wasn't Rona. And then my skin broke out all of a sudden. Like, it was insane. It was just one time my period came and then it never left. It just kept coming out, and very soon my entire face erupted with acne. When we went back to the office, in fact, it got worse when we resumed work the following year, which was 2021. Everybody was quite concerned because it had never happened before. We actually thought it had to do with the allergies that I had developed too, but it turned out that it was acne, and it was hormonal acne. Like, it was stress induced. It was everything, stress induced acne, hormonal acne, like it just, everything contributed and made it what it was. And my face was really, really bad. Like it was sore, it was painful to the touch, and I didn't know what to do because I never had it before and I couldn't relate. Like I really didn't know what to do. So I went to the hospital and the doctor prescribed some over-the-counter drugs like that. I remember I was put on tetracycline. Up until then, I had no idea that tetracycline was actually used to treat acne. I was put on tetracycline, and then I was asked to use just regular over-the-counter stuff to see if it would help. It didn't really do much, honestly. I remember I used Tetmosol soap and Formact A. Now the Formact A worked in drying it out, but it bleached me something fierce. Like I became very fair just on the face because I was losing to my face, and the fairness turned to redness, and it left all of these spots and scars all over my face. So I had to stop, and when I stopped, it came right back. So that wasn't really a solution that I could continue long term. So I continued trial and error. I used a lot of over-the-counter meds. None of them worked until I discovered tretinoin. Now tretinoin is tretinoin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'll put a picture of that on the screen for you to see. A lot of you may be familiar with it. It's a retinoid, if I'm not mistaken. Either a retinoid or a retinol, one of the other. It is one of the two. And I did intensive research before I bought the product, so I was aware of the side effects and what I would possibly have to go through for maybe weeks to a couple of months before I actually started seeing results. So I prepared myself mentally for the wait, and I didn't have to wait too long. Tretinoin is quite harsh, honestly. It works by regenerating skin. It's vitamin A, so it works by speeding up the regeneration of skin cells on your face. So all of the acne would dry out and peel out, and then fresh new skin would come out. So it's basically accelerating the emergence of acne that's already under your skin. It's forcing it to come out quicker so that fresh, clean skin can surface. So the period during which all of that happens is called purging. Like your skin is literally purging, and what that looks like, it can be actually very, very scary. There are clips of my skin and how it reacted to the tretinoin. It literally will increase the rate at which the acne comes out. So your skin will explode in more acne before you see less. So it gets worse before it gets better. And you have to continue long term until your skin acclimatizes or gets used to the product, the tretinoin, right? So what I experienced was even more explosion of acne, and then it gradually started receding, but then my face would peel. Like literally, it would peel. I really don't know how to explain. Like literally pick skin out of my face. Oh, so gross. But that's what happened to me. It was so terrifying. I actually thought I started making peace with the fact that I probably have acne scars, for the rest of my life. But thankfully, it cleared out. It took a while, but over time, it cleared out, and I have continued to use tretinoin since then, because aside its acne clearing and preventing properties, it's also good for skin regeneration and anti-aging as well. So that whole experience, it was really wild. It did a lot of things for me, actually. I wasn't one of those people who had like a skincare routine you know, have a bunch of skincare products and be doing all of this every day. I didn't have anything against it. It just wasn't something I was committed to. Like, I just didn't stress. I just used soap and water like every regular girl out there, and my skin was fine. So until I had this problem, I didn't think it was necessary to do the whole skincare thing. But after that, I upped my skincare game. It's nothing elaborate, but it's much more than I used to do before. You know, at least one cleanser, toner, the bit. I stayed consistent. I used the product consistently, and over time my face finally cleared out. And that's the before and after pictures you see in my thumbnail, and this is my face right now. Although there are still some like marks and spots here and there, it's basically gone. I don't have that problem anymore. Every now and then, either premenstrual or and postmenstrual, I still get some of them, but never like it was. It was really, really horrible. I tried to figure out what could have caused that flare up, and like I mentioned earlier, the doctor strongly suspected it was hormonal, but I also know that a lot of it was stress induced, because between 2020 and 2022 it was wild. I was really going through a lot, especially 2021 and 2022. It was wild. I've never gone through the level or the extent of emotional imbalance, if I could call it that I went through like I did between those 2 years. It was really, really stressful, and I think it's one of the things that just set my whole system off and had me breaking out the way I did. I think that was my body's way of expressing the amount of stress I was under emotionally, especially. So much was going on with me during that period. I'm still processing some of it, but it's mostly over. I mean, skin wise, you know. So that was basically my skincare ish, you know. Right, so aside the tretinoin, I also went on some supplements, one of which was vitamin A supplements, and also zinc. Both of them, I went on vitamin A and zinc supplements. Both of them help with skincare. According to the research I did anyway, they're good for the skin, and they help with acne, with treating and preventing recurrence of acne. So I went on those supplements, and they really, really helped. Although after I finished the two jars that I got, I didn't buy another one again. I just stopped the tretinoin, and that was basically it. Another thing I did was, like I mentioned earlier, I got into skincare and I developed a skincare routine. And it was hard at first because it wasn't something I was used to. But now I'm so used to it. I don't think I can do without a skincare routine, honestly. For a while, for the period when I was treating the acne, when it was at its worst, I stopped applying makeup, which really went unnoticed because I'm not a heavy makeup person anyway. But I couldn't even apply basic products on my face because it just seemed to make it more sensitive and to cause my skin to break out even more. I think my skin just wanted to be treated and left alone. Please pardon the noise, my neighbor's children are running around. So I stopped wearing makeup during that period and just focused on skincare and treatment. For the skincare, I've carried on with that, like I said earlier, and I have a very basic skincare routine. Every day skincare is wash, cleanse, tone, and moisturize. I wash my face, I cleanse or tone, and I moisturize. That's just it. And the products I use are basic. Let's see. There's two products here. I'm sure you've seen this before in previous videos or previous videos. These are two skincare products that I use to wash my face. This is Garnier Skincare Naturals. It's an acne and oil clearing scrub. I got this a few months ago. I use this to wash my face. I alternate actually, and the second one is Clearasil Rapid Action Gel Wash. It says visibly clearer skin in as little as 12 hours. I don't know about that, but I know it cleanses my face. So I use this every night. I alternate between them, one or the other, right? So morning and night, I cleanse or I wash, whichever you choose, with one of these guys. Right, I usually use this at night and then this in the morning. So that's what I wash my face with, and I use my konjac sponge. You guys have seen that in a previous video. That helps. I really feel like when I use the konjac sponge with this, it cleans my face much better than when I use my hands. And then once I'm done washing my face, I use this green tea refreshing toner. I hope you can see clearly. I've had it for a while. I bought this last year when I was in Lagos. Remember my Lagos trip? I bought this at Ebano. I did not know when I bought this that I would like it the way that I do. It's alcohol free. I realized that my skin does not like any alcohol based products. It really dries my skin out and it irritates my skin, and I'm more likely to break out when I use them. This guy is alcohol free. It's a Chinese product. It's not even one major brand like that. Royal Refreshing Toner, green tea, and then everything is written in Chinese. But it's such a good product. I like the balance it gives to my skin after washing. Like it tones, it cleanses, and it just moisturizes my face. It feels less dry, less irritated, less painful. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I wash my face, that dryness, my face starts to feel really, really tight. Whether it's normal humid weather or dry weather, it happens to me a lot. This just rehydrates my skin like really, really fast. And I really, really like the product. I haven't seen it in Abuja since I came back. If I had, I would have stocked up on another one, but I will be on the lookout for it. I'll probably check online, but I just really, really like the product. And it wasn't even expensive. Like, it's a really good product. So I just put this on some cotton wool and go around my face with it. And yeah, the only oil that I use on my face right now is vitamin E oil, right? In fact, I got this fairly recently. I saw a review somewhere and I figured, let me try it. I've been hearing all about vitamin E, and honestly, I like what I see so far. Nothing drastic, but my face is just, it feels very not dry and moisturized. I like how my face feels when I use this. This is a Korean product. Everybody's raving about Korean skincare, but I think this is the first and only Korean product I have right now, and I'm really enjoying it. Nothing crazy though. Then of course there's this other moisturizer. It's a retinol moisturizer. You've probably seen this in another video. My neighbors, I think she's gone. So yeah, this is the other moisturizer that I use. I tend to use this mostly at night. I'm sure you guys have seen this in another video that I did. I had the cleanser for this, it's finished, but the moisturizer still remains. And that's because I don't use a lot. A little goes a long way, and like I said earlier, my skin doesn't like when I do too much. So I just use a little of this. It's by Beauty Formulas. Hope you can see it clearly. And I mostly use this at night. Just moisturizes, and that's all. And then of course there is sunscreen. This one is from Avon. All right, so usually, especially when I'm going to work in the morning, I use these two. I just use literally a drop of this. A little does go a long way. So a drop of this, and then I follow up with sunscreen before I put my very minimal makeup on. So I usually pair these together. And yeah, that's for like daily skincare. Really, anything extra falls to these two guys. These are also Avon products. This is the Pore and Shine Control Smooth Exfoliating Scrub. This is the face scrub. It's my favorite scrub in the world. Like, nothing compares to this. This is my forever face scrub product. It works like magic. I haven't used anything as good as this. There might be, but I haven't come across it. So until then, this is my favorite product. If you haven't tried it, you should. It has mint and eucalyptus. It is very soothing, and it will really scrub off all those extra bumps that you could have on your face somewhere without injuring you at all, right? And then this guy, this is the other one of it. It's also the Pore and Shine Control Purifying Charcoal Mask. So these two I use like maybe once a week or once in 2 weeks, just every other week, really. Just maybe when I want to do like a deep skincare or something, that's when I use them. That's basically all the skin products that I use, or that's all the skincare that I do. Nothing serious, no microdermabrasion, no what they call like chemical peeling, none of that. I don't even know where to get those services, quite frankly. If I wanted to, I could find them. This is Abuja. Anything's available here. But yeah, and then the last and final thing, which I mentioned earlier, is my skin treatment, which is the tretinoin that I use. And this is Acne. This is literally what I'm using right now, right? This is tretinoin. It's Acne 0.05. That's the potency of the tretinoin I'm using now. When I started using tretinoin in 2021, it was 0.025, which is the smallest dose or potency for tretinoin right now in almost all the brands. I just moved up to the next strongest potency, which is 0.05, right? I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it's focusing from there. I hope so, right? Can you see? Right. So the next one after this is 0.1, and I think that's the strongest available that I know of anyway, and I still intend to get it with this brand. This is Jamjum Pharma. Jamjum Pharma. I assume it's a Saudi Arabian brand. Anyway, this is it. This is all the skin treatment that I do. This is my tretinoin, 0.05%. So I use this only at night. After I wash my face, I just apply this, and I make sure not to scrub or do anything abrasive on my face when I'm going to use this. I'm really, really careful because, like I said, it's harsh. I'm used to it now. I'm not purging anymore. I'm done purging. My skin has done purging. It's used to the product. So all it does is I just put it on and it does its magic. But even at that, it is advised not to do anything abrasive or that could make your skin extra sensitive to this, because it's already quite strong. It's a potent product. So those are all the products that I use, and that is the routine that helps clear my skin as good as it is right now. I will say though, my skin is not 100%. It doesn't look exactly like it did pre-acne explosion, but it's really good. It's really, really clear. And I know with time I will find more products and incorporate more steps into my routine that will get my skin back to what it was before, if not better. So yeah, I will be dropping all other clips to what it was that I used and how I did what I did. Yeah, so that's all, honestly, on my struggles with acne. You'll see some other clips and pictures showing you what I went through and how it looked, how bad it looked, so you know I'm not exaggerating. It was really, really it was bad. I'm just so grateful to God that I found the solution that I did, and really, really quickly, because I've heard horror stories. I've seen people. In fact, when I was doing research, I was on YouTube a lot looking for solutions, you know, that would work in tandem with what was medically provided to me. And I would see creators who suffered with acne talking about how they suffered with it for years and years, and they'd done everything and it didn't work. And I was so terrified. I was like, oh God, is this my future? Please no, I beg you. You know, and I really, really feel for them. I'm just so glad that I was able to get a hold of this, and it's better now. So for anybody out there who is struggling with acne, there is hope. There is hope. Modern technology and modern medicine is making things easier and easier. There are so many procedures. Some affordable that you could try. Just do your research. Oh, and lest I forget, also check your diet. There are a lot of things that I had to cut down on because I learned that they actually fueled, you know, the flames of this breakouts that I was having. And that's sugars, dairy. I can't believe I'm saying this, because really, like I said, I never had these problems. I never thought I was going to be one of those people who would be like, cut down on your sugar, don't take milk, don't take eggs. Well, here I am, because it's true. Like, it could happen to anybody really, and if you really want healthy skin, you just need to come to terms with the fact that there are some things that your body will no longer tolerate like it used to when you were younger. And you might not be able to give it up completely, but you could consider, you know, taking it down several notches. So yeah, that's my entire story about how my skin exploded and gradually recovered. I hope you found this video helpful. I'm very, very sorry for the background noise. I live in a family environment. There are lots of kids. They're always talking, or whether they're tiny or adolescents, the noise is always there. There would never have been a perfect time to shoot this video. So please bear with me. I hope the lighting is better. It's the same thing. I'm so sorry. I shall hope you can see my face very well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and if you liked it, please don't forget to like, share. I'm still getting used to saying this thing. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. People subscribe supposed to come last. Pico, you know what to do. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. I can drink my tea that you saw me making earlier. Talk will not allow me to drink tea when I'm filming. It's cooled down enough for me to drink it.